Welcome! I'm Dorota Trupp, a qualified nutritionist. In this week's nutritional update, I would like to offer you a different look at dietary composition to help you all out in making a decision on what goes into your diet to achieve an optimal health. The nutritional guidelines and healthy eating pyramid changed recently, reducing grain content and adding more vegetables and other small changes, positive changes, that no doubt are designed in a way to tackle the obesity crisis. Let me take my turn on trying to help you decide on choosing the right foods. Most of us know that people have different dietary needs depending on age, lifestyle, demographic, constitution, metabolism, and so forth. It is hard to choose the right foods for most of us, and many people find it themselves frustrated trying to eat healthy and still putting on weight. Today I want to share with you some history on what a typical diet was composed of in times when we had no scientists to tell us what to eat. This is a research from Weston A, who observed isolated cultures' diets around the world for about 20 years and documented it in a Nutrition and Physical Degeneration publication back in 1939. I really like his work, and this is not the first time I refer to him. The diets of healthy, primitive and non-industrialized people contained only whole foods. No-brainer, of course, but just to reinforce the message, I outlined that humans never before ate refined or denatured foods such as sugar, corn syrup, white flour, canned foods, pasteurized, homogenized, skimmed or low-fat milk, refined or hydrogenated vegetable oils, protein powders, artificial vitamins or toxic additives and colorings. All traditional cultures consumed some form of animal protein and fat from fish and other seafood, water and land flow, land animals, eggs, milk and milk products, reptiles and even insects. Primitive diets contain at least 4 times the calcium and other minerals, and 10 times the fat-soluble vitamins from animal fats as the average American and Australian diet. We are talking here about vitamin A, vitamin D, and the price factor now believed to be vitamin K2. In all traditional cultures, some animal products were eaten raw. Primitive and traditional diets have high food enzyme content from raw dairy products, raw meat and fish, raw honey, tropical fruits, cold-pressed oils, wine and unpasteurized beer, and naturally preserved lacto-fermented vegetables, fruits, beverages and meats. Also, seeds, grains and nuts are soaked, sprouted, fermented or naturally leavened in order to neutralize naturally occurring anti-nutrients in those foods, such as phytic acids, enzyme inhibitors, tannins and complex carbohydrates. The total fat content of traditional diets varies from 30 to 80%, but only about 4% of calories come from polyunsaturated oils naturally occurring in grains, pulses, nuts, fish, animal fats and vegetables. The balance of fat calories is in the form of saturated and monosaturated fatty acids. Traditional diets contain nearly equal amounts of omega-6 and omega-3 essential fatty acids. All primitive diets contain some salt. In addition, traditional cultures consume animal bones, usually in the form of gelatin-rich bone broth. Traditional cultures make provisions for the health of the future generation by providing special nutrient-rich foods for parents-to-be, pregnant women and growing children, by proper spacing of children, and by teaching the principles of right diet to the young. To summarize, the food culture, as you can see, was vastly different to what it is available these days to us. We have abundance of foods, but the wrong kind, as well as wrongly prepared foods. On my recent trip to America, I was saddened to see that processed foods of all kinds are vastly available to the public. I found it more challenging than Australia. In each corner of Manhattan, I seem to run into many hot dog stands and refined carbohydrates loaded with trans fatty acids in form of baked goods occupied most of food outlets. It is harder for Americans to choose the right foods in such an environment. Well, I hope that the description of those primitive cultures' typical diet brings you back to basics and helps you to organize your diet. Thank you for listening. I am Dorota Trupp, and that was your nutritional tip of the week. To learn more about healthy eating, please visit my website at dorotatrupp.com or come to one of my healthy eating and cooking workshops or book for one-to-one consultation with me. Thanks so much. Bye.